So Nevada's governor just sent this emergency letter to California, saying your gas disaster is about to destroy our state too. When you hear the numbers, you will understand why this is such a massive problem. 88% of Nevada's fuel comes from California. Not half, not most. 88%. Every gas station in Las Vegas, Reno, and Carson City is dependent on California's refinery system. And those refineries are shutting down one by one. Phillips 66 closes its Los Angeles refinery in about 40 days. That is 139,000 barrels per day, gone. Valero's Benicia plant shuts down in April. That is another 145,000 barrels per day, vanished. Between just those two, California is losing nearly 300,000 barrels of production every single day. Nevada was counting on that fuel. Now it is disappearing. Governor Lombardo laid out the situation in his official letter. He explained that these new California laws are forcing refineries into an impossible choice. They can either constrain their fuel supplies to avoid profit penalties, or they can abandon the market completely. And we are already seeing which option they are choosing. Phillips 66 announced they are out, literally 2 days after the new law passed. 2 days. Valero held on a bit longer, but announced they are done too. The exodus is not theoretical anymore. It is happening right now. The thing that makes this absolutely terrifying for Nevada is they have zero backup options. Zero. They are landlocked, surrounded by mountains and desert. No ports to import fuel from Asia. No refineries of their own. No pipeline from Texas. The nearest non-California refineries are in Utah and Wyoming, and there is no infrastructure to get that fuel to Nevada in meaningful quantities. When California's supply dries up, Nevada literally has nowhere else to turn. Let me explain what that 88% dependency really means. The average Nevada gas station gets deliveries every 2 to 3 days. They are operating on just-in-time inventory. When supply gets tight, that buffer disappears fast. We saw this during the Colonial Pipeline shutdown on the East Coast. Stations ran dry in 72 hours. The East Coast had alternative supply routes. Nevada does not have those options. California just passed a law called Assembly Bill X2, one that requires refineries to maintain massive fuel reserves at all times. If they do not comply, they face fines of $1 million per day, not per month, per day. So refineries are doing the math. Cost of building new storage, tens of millions. Cost of keeping fuel in storage instead of selling it, millions more. Risk of $1 million daily fines, astronomical. Or they could just close and invest elsewhere. Phillips 66 did that calculation and shut down. Valero did the same math. Lombardo's letter specifically warns that refiners might start constraining supplies just to avoid profit penalties. Companies would rather create artificial shortages than risk getting fined. They will hold back fuel, create scarcity, and drive up prices through manufactured shortages. Nevada gets hit with those higher prices and shortages, even though the state had nothing to do with creating these regulations. Nevada imports fuel through 2 main pipelines from California. These pipelines require a minimum operational pressure to run. When Phillips 66 closes next month, that pressure drops, and when Valero closes in April, it drops again. Engineers warn there may not be enough fuel flowing to maintain operational pressure. The distribution system could begin failing. We're not just talking about less fuel, we are talking about infrastructure that stops working. Trucking fuel is not a realistic alternative. A tanker truck carries about 8,000 gallons. A single busy gas station can sell that in one day. Las Vegas alone has over 400 gas stations. You would need 50 tanker trucks making constant runs just to barely supply Las Vegas. The roads through the mountains were not designed for that kind of heavy traffic. The whole trucking solution falls apart when you look at the numbers. Chevron's president sent his own letter that is even more alarming. He stated refiners are considering whether to reduce operations or move to other states. He mentioned California's policies affect what he called the shared fuel market. When California refineries shut down, the entire Western fuel market gets disrupted, and he specifically said Nevada would suffer from these decisions. Not might suffer, will suffer. When an oil executive puts that in writing, you know it is serious. The Western States Petroleum Association warned that California's regulations would create regional shortages across the entire West. They have data showing Nevada's fuel costs are already tied directly to California's refinery capacity. For every 10% decrease in California refining, Nevada sees about a 15% increase in fuel costs. Why more? Because Nevada has to compete for that remaining fuel. Nevada is bidding against California consumers for the same shrinking supply. Nevada had zero input on these laws. Their legislature did not debate them. Their citizens did not vote. But they are going to pay the price. And the timing could not be worse. A December closure hits right during the holidays. January brings new low-carbon fuel standard regulations, adding 47 cents per gallon. February is refinery maintenance season. By March, when Valero's closure approaches, Nevada could be in full crisis mode. A gas station owner in Henderson told reporters he is already having trouble getting reliable deliveries. Some days the truck comes, some days it does not. When it does not, he limits customers to 10 gallons each. That is happening now, before the closures. A truck stop on Interstate 15 said California drivers are filling up extra containers because gas is already cheaper in Nevada. But what happens when Nevada's prices spike too? Even after getting warning letters from Nevada and Arizona governors, California is moving forward with emergency regulations giving state agencies control over refinery maintenance schedules. Government officials would be deciding when critical equipment gets safety repairs. The refinery workers' unions are warning about potential disasters. But those warnings are being ignored, just like Nevada's warnings. Lombardo mentioned Nevada businesses are already making contingency plans. Hotels and casinos in Las Vegas are studying backup fuel contracts. Some are considering bringing fuel from Utah despite massive cost increases. When businesses start building their own fuel infrastructure because they do not trust the regular supply, that is a sign of impending collapse. Here is what really shows how vulnerable Nevada is. California can import fuel from Asia when refineries cannot keep up. Ship stock in Los Angeles with gasoline from South Korea. Nevada cannot do that. They would need fuel imported to California ports, then trucked to Nevada. But California is going to keep that imported fuel when supply gets tight. Nevada gets whatever is left over, if anything. The math is terrifying. California produces about 1.5 million barrels per day. They consume 1.2 million. That extra 300,000 barrels supplies Nevada, Arizona, and parts of Oregon. But they are losing almost 300,000 barrels from just these two closures. California becomes a net importer. They will need every drop for themselves. Nothing left for Nevada. The surplus Nevada depends on becomes a deficit. Small businesses across Nevada are already feeling pressure. A delivery company in Reno said fuel costs are up 30%. A landscaping company in Vegas adds fuel surcharges to every invoice. Food delivery services are pulling out of outlying areas. And this is before the real crisis. When gas doubles, many of these businesses will not survive. Some experts predict Nevada could see $8 gas by summer 2026, but that assumes fuel is actually available. Price becomes irrelevant when pumps are empty. The 1970s had odd even rationing. Nevada might face something worse. Actual absence of fuel. Stations with bags over pump handles. No gas signs for days. Nevada gas prices are already creeping up as California's supply tightens. Wholesale fuel prices are diverging from national averages. The spread is getting wider every month. This is before the major closures, before new regulations, before winter demand. It is the beginning of a price spiral that could make fuel unaffordable for regular people. Lombardo's letter is basically a desperate plea he knows will not be answered. Nevada's fuel supply chain is collapsing, and there is no solution. They are tied to California's system with no way to cut that tie. Every new regulation drives another refinery away and takes Nevada's fuel security with it. This was all preventable if Nevada had built strategic reserves or diversified supply chains. But why would they? California's refineries were right there. The system worked for decades until it did not. And now it is too late. Infrastructure takes years to build. Nevada needed to start preparing 5 years ago. Instead, they are 40 days from their first major supply shock with no backup plan. By the time people in Nevada realize how bad this gets, it will be too late. The refineries will be closed. The workers will have moved to Texas. Nevada will be dependent on whatever fuel California imports from Asia at inflated prices. If California decides to share, they will be